Fabulous. Thank you. Yes, and I'm recording. Thanks. Sorry about yesterday, but Carol was wonderful in recording it for us, and I posted that yesterday. So you should all now know how to convert eSignal to the right time. Someone asked how did she record it? And Carol's response here, and somebody's online is just saying that it is worth getting for $58, and that's the link there. So I'll just leave that there for a second. Oh, well, this is being recorded. You can come back to the YouTube and get the information. So thank you very much, Carol. You're a legend. All right. Somebody asked me how many trades on average do the prop guys do, and it depends on the person. I know one guy has currently got about 8 trades on at the moment, and it will change from person to person. Right now, I've got 3 trades on. The gentleman said he hasn't seen anything set up, so I'll just run through the trades that I've got. This one's the Aussie Kiwi. We've had one cycle over. We got into that trade, and there was no reversal bar except for this one, so took a bit of a loss on that trade. And currently got into the trade again, and obviously this is the stop loss. This is my entry above this bar, and we're a couple of pips in the money. Yesterday's bar was an inside seller bar. So there's no reason to move the stop at this stage. The 4-hour trade that we were looking at yesterday, I didn't really like the height of this bar, so I didn't take it, although now it's set up again. As long as this bar stays within reasonable distance, I'll take that. So that's one trade that took. When was that? Earlier in the week, or 3 days ago. Another one I took yesterday was dollar yen. Again, we went into this trade earlier in the month and was stopped out at break even. Into the trade again overnight, although it's looking a little negative at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. And again, the stops underneath this. Back to the Aussie Kiwi. This is currently a lower high, lower low. I don't expect it to remain like that. The Kiwis put out some business confidence, which is a bit weaker this morning. But I expect the Aussie this pair to continue to rally. This being a reversal bar, I may move my stop a little closer tomorrow morning. We'll see. Last one I took was the CAD yen yesterday. Again, there's this little swing low here. I saw the dollar yen moving against all the currency pairs, and as I believe that the CAD is coming from the strongest position in terms of it's the weaker currency, or has been the weakest currency, and therefore will more likely have a stronger move when it does. And if you look at the dollar CAD, you can see the move it had last night was quite strong. There's the dollar CAD. I took this one over and above the other yen crosses. If we look at the yens, so I took the this yen and the CAD yen. The Swiss yen wasn't really a fan of it because it hasn't been cycling with higher highs, whereas the CAD yen has. Euro yen similarly. Kiwi yen is looking good for there's a ring low. There's looking good for a trade today. I missed it. I haven't been really watching this one, or this morning I haven't been watching it, but there's a potential trade there. You'd place your order in there today to go in at 87, 83 or 84, somewhere around there. 20 pips away. You can still place that. That has been cycling with higher highs. Pound yen hasn't been cycling with higher highs. even though it's been a long, strong trend, going all the way back down to that low there, and that low there. We have, let me get you right on it. Have a pretty strong long-term trend. This hasn't been making higher highs until it beats this high and starts making higher highs and higher lows. I'll leave it alone. So I didn't take that one either. Aussie yen, yeah, kind of setting up. You have a ring low here. You might have got triggered into this one. The high is 23, so you're looking at 28. The high on that is 27. So you might have been taken in by the spread, but again, this is also producing a trend. Okay, so they're the three trades that I've looked at. All right. And you suggest that there's you're being overcautious. Perhaps you are. You being a new trader, you're on demo, and I can still see what you're doing. And you should be sending me your analysis if you see anything. And yeah, there shouldn't be any reason to be cautious at this stage of your trading career. You should be looking for them and taking them so you can build the confidence in your strategy and your belief in the trading. Can I share something my coach told me about managing that Aussie Kiwi? Yeah, sure. Go for it. Whilst you're typing that, I'll look at someone sent me a yen trade that they were looking at. Higher highs and higher lows, yes. Above the 50 and 200, yes. Horizontal support. Oh, you got this one here. Yeah, okay. RSI convergence, yes. Bullish price action, yes. Fib retracement, where have you got fib retracement? Okay, from there to there. Okay, fair enough. Any resistance? Not for a while there. Hidden divergence, no resistance. Cool. Risk 0.5%. That's fabulous. Good stuff. So Aussie Kiwi, he said it was it had a triple top. Really? And if and told me off for not putting stop behind the high test bar that tested same level a day prior to selling bar. This is your triple top here, going across there. Look, I can see that there's a resistance level there. Absolutely, at 109, it seems to be some sort of resistance. But what do you think is stronger, that or this triple, quadruple? How many bottoms do you have? I think it's been 6 times. It's been down to here to 105 and bottomed out. And you've got divergence here on the monthly. You've got not really divergence on the weekly, but certainly a double bottom here on the weekly. Look, everybody has their own opinion, and that's fabulous. Having seen a test bar, it is, and if it is testing something, that is a rule to or a reason to move your stop. Absolutely. I'll go with that. If you see this test bar here, and while it's testing 109, you could move your stop underneath that. That's good. Kiwi yen, having just lost that trade and having just lost last trade and really looking at the weekly and monthly giving me a doubt about the strength of the trade. Can you comment? If you wanted you to protect your capital more on the Aussie Kiwi, yeah, look, if you had your stop in there, you would have been at least at break even, and I carried a loss, but you would have at least been break even. The reason why I didn't move my stop there is because I thought it was too close to the market. So Kiwi Yen, you lost on the phase 2 trade. Is that what you're suggesting? This phase 2 trade? Or you lost on this one here? Okay, you may have been looking at this as the start of the new one. Look, to be honest with you, for this trade, you've got to think that the Kiwi is going to outperform or be strong, or at least that it's not going to be weaker than the yen. Personally, I don't think it's all that strong, the Kiwi. It has been strong, but I think its time is over. But will it fall faster than the yen? Unlikely. So what we could be looking at, if that's the case, is a choppy market, and that's why I chose the CAD yen over all the others, is because it's making higher highs, and because I believe the CAD will continue to strengthen from now for several months. Whereas I'm not so certain about the Kiwi of doing the same thing. So part of the reason why I haven't been looking at buying the Kiwi against anything really. And that just brings me to the British pound Kiwi. People are looking to sell this. Yeah, again, I'd rather be buying the pound than buying the Kiwi, so that I wouldn't be looking at selling this, even though technically you've had that cycle underneath. I'm just not a believer of selling the cable at the moment. Okay, I didn't feel comfortable about the trade and left it in after the webinar, and was triggered in question. Is this really a range trade rather than a continuation trade, isn't it? If it is a range trade, should the trade have only been from the bottom or the top? If you believe it is in a range, then yes, you should not have taken this trade, because you should be taking it down here and trading it as a range. I think that personally, I think it's in a trend, or about to become into a trend, and it's not so much of a range, even though the 50 is flat. It's a line. I think with the higher highs and higher lows, it's a line ball decision as to if it is a range or a trend. But if it's range, it's in the middle, and you shouldn't be taking it. Yeah. Okay, Aussie Kiwi, you're up 100 pips. You got in at 108, must have. It's only got to 109. 108, how do you get in at 108 above this? So maybe 80 pips. And your stop wasn't low enough to handle this. Oh, you came in off the 4 hour. Oh, nice. Well, then you should have stayed trading the 4 hour. If you're trading the 4 hour in here somewhere, or in there somewhere, would have been plenty of reasons for you to get out well before that. Okay, so having a look at this Aussie Kiwi. Is that really the way it looks in the signal? That's the way it looks in MetaTrader. You can see the difference there in MetaTrader, the E-signal. Anyway, you've got this bar here is a test bar and E-signal. Oh, sorry, MetaTrader. High highs, fib retracement, yeah. So you entered here, and there's your stop loss and your inside bar, so you shouldn't have to move your stop at this stage. It's all good. And I noticed you sent us your journal. So, was it Kiwi? Hi, is it, mate? Cool. $29. You didn't send me a screenshot of this one, of the dollar sing, so I'll have a look at it, but ring high there, you know, nothing going on, so you should cancel that order now. And your Aussie yen, did you get taken in? These trades, must have just got in by the spread, unfortunately. Okay, should be all right. As I said, the yen should continue to weaken, even though despite this, you got the BOJ out today. And as I've said before, they're not going to weaken or strengthen the currency. Kiwi yen. Highs above the moving averages, support convergence, fib support, trend line support, no. Hidden divergence, yes. Not sure, is this what you're trying to show, convergence? I'm not sure what this line's for. It's almost a channel, but yeah, that's good, and your fib is in the right place. Fabulous. $28.6. Okay, so you're in it. Well, it's managing it now. I have placed 2 trades on this morning, demo only. Okay. When you click on this, you need to have one of these filled out. Yeah. If you don't fill in one of these, you won't get your checklist ability. Okay. So you've got to have a yes or a no in there. You've got to have an idea of which way you're going. I'll just keep that open in case somebody else asks me a question on it. I do have some reservations about the first thing I see in here is too much colour, way too much colour. Make these white. Your up bars, down bars, make them white. Far too much colour, it'll give you a false sense of security about what you're doing or false intentions. So yeah, if you get rid of that, please. In reversal divergence, which is what we're looking for down here, you want to see it in the histogram. If you're going to use MACD, you'll use the cycles here, these lines for cycle to cycle. Okay, so the histogram is more about reversal divergence, and your signal lines are more for the hidden divergence and things like that. So I've got a bit of a range here. By the look of it, you can't use this trend line as a trade because this is only the second one. I notice you said yes there. This is only your second touch. Okay. Above the moving averages, higher highs and higher lows. This is a borderline one. It's just you're only just above the moving average now, and that's just because of this aggressive move. I'd prefer you to wait to see a complete cycle above the EMA. and support off the EMA before you took a trade like this. As bullish as I am on the CAD, this has been a very strong downtrend and a lot of weight behind it that you're trading it against. Like the Aussie Kiwi, it's difficult to get that change in direction. It'll happen, absolutely, but let's just be patient and wait for it to move above the EMA, give us a cycle above that, and then take it. Okay. Technically, I thought it set up looked good on the Kiwi Yen. So you got this one for the retracement, yep, and this one for the extension, yes. That's a reasonable trend line, although I'm not sure why you wouldn't go from there. These two lows might give you a trend line support. It's weak because you haven't gone from the bottom of here. And yes, there's a hidden divergence there, and you've got the support of this this previous high. Yeah. So technically, it's all looking good. We've just got a bit of nonsense out at the moment as leading into the Bank of Japan's announcement, but technically this is looking pretty good. I agree. And last one is, or last two, sorry, for today, is Kiwi Yen long trend again. Fibonacci, you've gone from this one here. That's okay. Although this channel, you seem to, it's in the middle of that channel, having touched the top. I suppose here it touched the top and came back to the 50 and then went again. Didn't quite touch the top here. So yeah, even with this channel trading, that's a reasonable one that it comes off the 50 occasionally before it cycles. If you look at the length of this cycle, got some time before, it'll be out here somewhere before you get back to that trend line. So that's also looking pretty good. Yeah. Yep. And it's okay to do that fib as well, off that cycle, although I personally would have gone down to this one here. Unlikely to result in BOJ is unlikely to result in yen strengthening. Yes, totally comfortable being long the Kiwi, though the high rates will keep funds flow into Kiwi bonds. Yes. Pending trade on the dollar rand. Again, a channel trade that looks like it's going lower. Fib looks good. And the horizontal looks good. It's just I can't see a weaker greenback news FOMC. Yeah, that's a big one. Tonight or early tomorrow morning. Ring high plus 2 seller bars, no major support. Okay. I like your analysis, and technically this looks good. So did the pound Kiwi though. And I've shown you how that eventuated. So sometimes you should have an understanding or awareness of the fundamentals. And yes, this is a big seller bar. You could have gone in underneath that as well. From a technical point of view, that looks good, but I just can't see a weaker greenback. And I could be wrong on that. I have been known to be wrong on several occasions. Just ask my wife. But that's, I don't know if I am. Well, time will tell. We'll see tomorrow morning. I prefer to wait, rather than taking on the FOMC against this. I would rather just be careful and wait. And even though I took the dollar yen trade, that was only a small amount of risk. It's not a huge trade. So yeah, just be careful on that one. Technically, it looks good, and your analysis is sound. Just that one tonight. Okay, So that's pretty much it for the day. I'll just go through your comments. When I click on the log, okay, Rob, you've done that. Yeah, okay, Karen, if you could take the call out. So should we wait for announcement if we aren't in yen trades yet? The BOJ, look, it might give you an opportunity on the shorter time frames. They generally, these monetary statements generally come out at the end of their trading day, which is around 3 p.m. our time or Sydney time. So, it could be an idea to wait for that and have a look at the shorter time frames and on the 4 hour and see what's available. I mean, look at this yen here. 4 hours pretty much going sideways, but you might get a opportunity here on the 4 hour off that news. So if you're not in the yen at the moment, even this CAD yen, which is looking good, you might get an opportunity there. In fact, yeah, it's not enough for me to move my stop just yet, but which is disappointing. But you might get an opportunity on the shorter time frames after the announcement if you're not in it now. I've done that, but no checklist. Okay, you've done add line. Let's have a look. Date, 30th of the 4th. Let's have, say, CAD yen. Let's go long. Let's go long at 93.40 or 50. Our stop is going to be at, well, let's not put the trade I've got in, 93.15. Stop is at 92.20. Target price is 93.48. Risking 0.5%. Continuation, yes. Then click on view, and there it is. I'm not sure what, have you enabled the linking? Maybe that needs to do that. EMA above that, horizontal support, RSI, bullish price action, future retracement, no trend line, no resistance, hidden divergence, no it wasn't. Yeah, cool. And then close. So there it is. I'm not sure. And this wasn't even mine, this is someone else's. Actual close, let's call it, target price was 0, 93.48. And there's my results. So I'll go to stats. Yep. Does that make sense? After your advice yesterday, I decided to wait on the RAND until after FOMC. Good. Yen entry was there. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for today. I think we're on again for tomorrow, aren't we? You guys might. Are we on for tomorrow? Or is it Friday? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? No, then we're on Friday. Jeez. Living on an island. Tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah, Friday. Not Friday either. What? I haven't got the May schedule yet. Wait, well, let's just, whilst I've got you guys here, let me just log in and I'll show you the schedule. Is it best to get onto Kurt? If you're having issues with the calculator, yeah, get onto him before he leaves, which I think is at the end of next week. But get onto him today, the sooner the better. As if I'm sure he's got nothing to do. All right, go to webinar. Kurt's leaving? Yeah, Kurt's bolting to Thailand. Right, so May 2nd, oh, the numbnuts have done it twice. It's supposed to be, oh yeah, no, May 2nd. I don't know why they got it twice. May 2nd, May 2nd. I don't know what that's going on about. Okay, so May 2nd, so there is one for Friday. If you don't have the details for that, email client services and they will give it to you. Then there's the 5th of May, the 7th of May, the 9th of May next week, and then the following week I'm in Sydney. And then we've got the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, so that's May. Okay. And I don't know which one's going. I'll be going for this one, which is password access code. There's the access code for the one I'll be using. Okay. What's the one with Zeev? Who knows? I don't know what he does. Introduction to options, trading options. Good luck with that. He does his own thing. Yeah, we all do our own things. So if you don't have the schedule for May, just email the client services. Okay. All good. We all happy little Vegemites. Did I just hit save on that? I don't know if I wanted to save that. Okay. I shall see you on... Ooh, nasty piece of work. I shall see you on Friday. Cheers, guys.